I was not.
Wasn't he late last week?
Not late.
No, wasn't he late last week?
I was late last week, but I wasn't late today. We are forward looking in this podcast. It's not about last week. It's about today.
Okay.
Right. Forward looking.
And today you're late.
Forward looking. So make sure this audio is good.
Yo, DJ, I'm amped about this brawl for all tonight. Anytime Vince Russo can get fucking rashed, I'm here for it, yo.
Okay, what's going on, Doug Thomas? He's already in the chat. What's up? Welcome to Quarantine Free. First of all,
quarantine free.
The quarantine. I thought you said quarantine 3.
Well, that too.
Because technically, this is quarantine 3 too.
That felt dead. Okay, move on.
It felt dead. It is quarantine 3.
It felt dead. It was just nothing but dead air between all three of us. Let's move on. That didn't work. Next joke.
Welcome to the Quarantine Free First and Framerates podcast. Episode 133. A lot of things happened within the last few days since we've been on the podcast, so we're gonna jump right into it. Nevertheless,
about to give the video a thumbs down for old time's sake. Since those trolls left and they'll fucking
whatever happened to soft drink sports with his crew? It just dumps down all.
Oh no, probably got corona.
Like 5.
Wow.
Oh well, fuck them. Who cares?
Shouldn't have been sharing that soft drink, I guess.
I know, right? Motherfucker drinking off somebody else's.
See, that's what happens when you share too many videos. Come back.
They've been drinking out of the same soft drink can.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah, that's crazy. Thanks everybody who's been supporting us. I mean, it's just been great throughout this time. I mean, numbers are doing good and everything. Content try to get better. When I mean better, I mean jokey, because we continue to make people laugh and laugh on our own. Mm-hmm. Things have changed. I'm not upstairs. You may hear a little echo, but I'm not upstairs. I'm downstairs because of the whole situation with this virus or whatever. I moved some things downstairs to be closer with the family or whatever, and that's where we are now. My wife is here next to us, and
wait. I thought the whole point was social distancing. And you're gonna move downstairs to be closer. What the hell?
Right now, I'm gonna tell you something.
mind you, DJ. He's like, oh, this is a corona-free.
No, he said quarantine free.
I'm a mind y'all. No matter what virus is going down, when you're married, there is no social distancing. That's the quickest way to really be social distancing. You ask me on the couch somewhere. So
no, that's the easy way to be social distancing. One of y'all motherfuckers gonna be dead by catching the coronavirus. Hanging in the same room till death do you part. Yeah, you're gonna see.
Like instead of a 14-day quarantine for you, there'll be a 14-minute quarantine once you get in the house.
14, I know, right?
No, but everything's good here, man. I just wanted to, being upstairs and it's cool or whatever. But we're down here watching TV and I got the computer set up down here. Everything's good. And I'm glad everything is going smooth because I thought that things was going to go left, but it sounds like we're in business. So,
you're coughing in the background.
Yeah, that's my wife. She's
man, you better keep your distance, man.
She's good. DJ, how you been doing?
Man, I've been doing okay. I'm sitting there and drinking this tea. I just had like a couple slices of pizza, actually 3 slices of pizza. So I'm good to go. Let's get on with the show. Right? Really nothing else other than we're all on the lockdown.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, except for the fact that I went out and did a little walking around. Y'all saw the video.
Yeah. Hey, Bills, what about you? What's been going on with you, bro?
Well, I'm back gaming in some form or fashion.
Oh, so you mean tell me you got that Joe Montana on mobile?
That's gonna be a hell no. I'm playing my 360, so I've been playing my 360 the past few days. I didn't make the leap and get an Xbox One X again, but
Speaking of that, I'm gonna touch on that in this episode because I was gonna make it as a topic, but I'm gonna touch on the Xbox One X later on.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see myself doing that, but at the same time, depending on how long the shit lasts, like I need something to do. Now, like I can really, I guess, make music in the same form that I used to, or do any gigs. It's like I'm just kind of fucking I'm here. Like, so I've been playing NCAA 06. I've been playing
So wait a minute, I gotta ask this question. So there's been no point to make any live gigs like virtually?
No,
You know, you got DJs out there spinning the ones and twos virtually and getting like thousands of people. I'm sure you can scrounge for 100 people just to listen to a sample of what you can bring in the future.
I probably could, but I mean, it's more so about having my whole setup. Remember, I'm setting up my own podcast, and I still don't even have the equipment for that. Then I have to find a place to shoot. So it's like it's a lot of shit. Like this put a wrench in like a lot of plans, but it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, we're all doing different things throughout this whole ordeal, and hopefully things will get better as far as this virus, because I have my thoughts about it as far as it getting better, but man, these politicians is not making it easy at all.
Nope, not one bit. Each just continuing to point the finger at each other.
Right.
And then one person, the one at the top, apparently has a financial stake in the company that he's touting. So, yeah.
I really don't care about who got what. Just get the shit done. I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of the pointing fingers. Whatever works, let's try it. If it don't, move on to the next thing. Because
expect this to go on for the next 6 months to a year.
I can believe that. But it's just getting to the point now. I'm like, look, I want to have people go back to work. I want people to have the jobs back. I want to watch my goddamn sports. I want to do regular shit. I want to go out and take my son to go get some ice cream this year. I don't want to be isolated in the house because of some bullshit that they're fussing about. Let's get this shit done. It gets to a point where you just get tired of it. But nevertheless, let's talk about some fun shit. MLB season in Arizona.
I was about to say, I was about to cut you off. If you said MLB the show, I'm like, you said fun shit.
The MLB season possibly may be in Arizona. Resident has dropped. DJ.
Wait a minute, are you dropping out? Or is that me?
It's probably.
I heard it too.
Can you hear me? Yay, nay.
You good now?
Okay, yeah, you're good now.
I remind you, I'm in a remote area. I'm not upstairs where everything's hardwired, so it may be a little wonky. But like I said, MLB season in Arizona. We'll talk about Resident Evil 3. DJ played it. We're gonna have him share his thoughts. And
I only played a little bit of it. Good grief.
Close enough. The game 58 minutes long. So we're gonna talk about the PS5 controller just leaked today. So we're gonna talk about that as well. Let's talk about this MLB season because I don't think too many people really talked about this. The MLBPA, the Players Association, is actually discussing, and they want to actually play games in Arizona, and they're talking about starting the season and play all their games in Arizona with no audience. You guys, what are your thoughts?
That's a terrible idea.
My thoughts are it wouldn't be much different than any other time because attendance ain't very good in Major League Baseball as it is. So
specifically with the Diamondbacks,
right? So,
that's kind of like what I was thinking. I was like, if they do play, I was like, if it's on TV, it's not like I'm gonna miss much anyway. Because
those baseball games be looking like a TNA show, bro.
Like if you really think about it, the crowd don't really be a factor until like the NLCS or the ALCS in the World Series. That's when the crowd. That's when you really feel the crowd be a part of the game. Other than that, if you're watching the game on TV, it's like you don't even acknowledge them.
I mean, the one negative is that, I guess fathers always use that time to bring their son to a day game.
Right.
They buy a baseball mitt for him. It's a bonding experience. So that aspect being gone is probably going to suck for a lot of fathers that probably planned on taking their kids to, the first baseball game or whatever. But, I mean, as far as watching on TV, I mean, yeah, the fans aren't really ever electric until playoff time anyway. So it doesn't – I mean – first off, I don't watch during the season anyway, most of the games.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's too many. I'm sorry. Like, the more opportunities you give me to watch in a season, I'll just be like, yeah, maybe another day. Like, I'm sorry. That's why football is at such a premium, because there are only 16 times to watch your favorite team unless they make the playoffs. So, it's like football has a perfect setup. Basketball even has a better setup. Major League Baseball season is twice as long as the basketball season. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Or twice as many games, I should say. So it's like
many. Yeah, right.
And then on top of that, I feel like, okay, they've nailed it down that they'll be coordinating this with whoever is the governor at the time, or who is the governor right now of Arizona, and and whether their state will still be shut down. So, according to these guidelines, you're gonna have 10 players on the field. You're gonna have are you going to eliminate the base coaches, because that makes it 11 and 12 right there? I'm like,
well, the thing is, you have
too many complications with that.
I think with the gathering of people is not the really issue, because you can have 12 or 13 people on the field, because for all intents and purposes, social distancing and a 6 feet rule is definitely in effect if you're playing baseball on the field.
So but certain states have instituted also by the number of people in a particular place. It doesn't have to be a small gathering. It can be just in a particular place.
Yeah, I understand that. But I think for this, I think they can possibly make an exception, because there's like nobody, unless if you're on first base and you're leaning off first base or any other base for that matter. The pitcher, the batter and the umpire and the catcher, they may be too close. But all of this person, everybody else, they're not even, maybe 6 feet is generous from the umpire to the the first base coach or anything like that. So I can see it actually working.
My question is, how are you gonna have every team play all of their games in Arizona? What the fuck is that schedule going to look like?
I did see that they said there's also 10 spring training parks in Arizona.
Yeah, it has 10 spring training parks. But don't they have some in Florida as well?
That's just going to be like a community park league.
It's not going to work. That's
just going to be like a community park league. You can walk down the street and fucking watch Major League Baseball players play. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work, but I can see it there. I can see the progression of them actually thinking outside the box. But
man, they're going to be putting people's windows out and shit.
But as far as it being on
pretty
TV,
much.
as far if I had to watch a baseball game on TV without the crowd, I'm okay with it, because like I said, it doesn't matter. But if you're really looking at the logistics of how many teams are there now? 30? I can't remember how many.
30.
Yeah, you got 30 teams. Let's say teams play against each other. You're gonna have 20 games.
No. You'll
20
have
teams. You have 20 teams.
20 teams, but it'll be 10 games at whatever time at whatever. So they will have, in order to squeeze them in, they will have to, when the first game ends, the second game has to be ready to go. Like they literally got to shuttle people on and off.
Man,
that shit ain't gonna work.
It's basically how it is. Like if you were running Little League or something. Remember Little League?
That's what I'm saying. Where they have like 5 and 6 games all day. Like what the fuck? You gonna have you gonna have other baseball teams sitting there fucking heckling them during the game and shit, and there ain't gonna be no crowd noise or nothing.
It's gonna be like running through the showers in basic training. It's like, oh, you only got 5 minutes. You better shower for the next person come through and
be like, okay, Texas Rangers, go and sit in the bleachers. Like, get the fuck out of here. They already got the uniforms on and shit. Like,
all they missing is their parents.
The only way I would say why I would want this to work, the only reason I would say I want this to work, just to give fans something to watch.
On TV.
Outside of that, I don't see it. It'll give fans some sense of normalcy, but outside of that, I don't see where this will work.
No,
and Dana White, and unrelated, well, kind of related. Dana White said he got a whole fucking private island just to have this show with no fans. That dude is such a fucking money hungry idiot. Who the fuck is gonna watch UFC with no fans?
People who like Mortal Kombat. That's what
at least Mortal Kombat got fatalities. UFC is gonna be a blacked out fucking octagon.
Doug Thomas said he lived right down the street from the training park. So let us know what is it? What are the logistics like if you know what it is? Like all the parks like right
Google Map these parks?
Yeah, I mean, let me show DJ.
He can only see from the ground.
For the sake of the show, we would like for his perspective. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. I mean,
but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with his perspective. I was just saying, we can get aerial shots combined with his on the ground level in person experience. I mean,
so
work together.
These parks are pretty decent size, but I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's.
I'm like, they're spring training parks, so. They are MLB regulations. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is where they're going to have to get creative and actually come
What
up
about the minor league stadiums? Not just the spring training parks, but the minor league stadiums in Arizona.
I don't know. You think they're the same size? You think they're actually MLB?
Well, yeah. Everything's MLB regulation, whether it's minor leagues or major leagues.
These spring training parks look like they might be minor league as it is, though.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like the minor league parks, they'll be less. All right, well, I ain't gonna say less size, probably less seating, but does that really matter? I mean,
because ain't nobody gonna be there.
Right, does it really matter? Because that's what I was thinking immediately, and I was like, wait a minute, nobody's going out. So
all I know is that as far as a baseball game with no fans in the stands, I'm gonna reference back to that. I think it was Baltimore, Chicago White Sox. During that time where there were the riots and with that situation with the cops and the one guy that died in their custody and Baltimore almost went to flames. They had that one game with nobody. It is a funny experience, but you get to hear everything. Just
Ravens Nation trying to get roasted today.
The one and only. Well, no, don't get roasted. He's right. He is actually the one and only. Nobody want to be him. But I don't know. I mean, anything else I got to add? I mean, this is going to be real interesting if they try it. I'm low key. I'm low key for it, but I think it's going to fade. I don't think it's going to actually be done.
I think they should just be patient, hold off until this thing calms down, and then try to get some sense of normalcy. At least get some games going then. I'm like, you gotta remember, they played a handful of spring training games before they had to suspend everything. So I would figure they still gotta get their rosters down. You have to, get everything in order. And then how are they gonna deal with the season ticket holders?
You know what they were better off doing? They're better off just playing in their stadiums without fans.
Did they pick Arizona because it has the least amount of cases or something?
Yeah, I think it's on the low end of cases throughout the country.
Yeah, but now you're bringing in players from high affected areas that have been staying in those areas. You're bringing them to Arizona, so the cases are going to skyrocket once you start bringing these people in.
I don't know.
I have to be tested.
Not do it.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessarily skyrocket. I just think all the other players will get it too. I don't think it'll necessarily skyrocket, but
it will.
You'll just have to test those players before they go.
Yeah, because it's not like any citizens in Arizona going to.
Plenty of ways to regulate though. Yeah.
It's not going to be any citizens in Arizona around, so I don't think the Arizona residents will get affected. You probably just have more people in MLB with it.
It's just going to add stress to the overall situation.
I do agree with that. And
I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck about baseball, so I don't care what they do. Fuck them. I'm sorry, I don't fuck with baseball. Ever since they acted like the steroid era was a black eye, like I'm sorry, I just can't fuck with them anymore. The way they run their entire organization,
especially since protecting the Houston Astros.
That's what did it for me.
Fuck them too.
When they protect them, when he said that the trophy's only a piece of metal, I was done.
Yeah, when they killed everybody during that steroid era, and then all of a sudden when it came to the Astros.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's just a piece of metal. That's why I'm like, okay, so you don't even value your own championship.
Everybody in DC was probably pissed off when he said that. It was just like, piece of metal. Oh, all of a sudden the Nationals win it. It's a piece of metal now. I'm like, fuck y'all. That's why
Pete Rose
beat your team and
and Pete Rose betting on his own team. is still not in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Because God forbid he tries to coach even better than usual because he has money on the line. I mean, what the fuck? Would he sabotage his own team? Would he bet on him? What the fuck? It's just so stupid. The double standards in that league.
I'm like, the team's already paying him to win games. Why can't he pay himself to win games?
Treating him like treating him like the NCAA be treating people.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. I mean, that story is going to develop, and also that probably set some sort of precedent of what other sports are going to do. It's just going to be interesting to see.
Well, basically, Bill's attitude is my meme for right now. Had it up to here with y'all.
I don't have anything else with that. Let's see. Before we go there.
I'm not gonna lie, that dude looks like he can't lift his arm any higher than that. Like that was like the max of like.
but he is one of the most popular governors in all the United States. So.
Yeah, a lot of people said that he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, for a Republican in a Democratic state, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about him. All right, before we go to Resident Evil 5, let's look at these real quick. Let's look at this real quick. Let's give our thoughts about these leaked uniforms. What you guys think?
I fuck with them. I mean, we talked about it a little bit before we hopped on. I just think that maybe the white stripe for the white uniform. I mean, the black stripe for the white uniform rather than red probably be better.
Now these are not official, but they damn sure look like they are.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I mean, they said. I mean, you see it right here. It look like some images have leaked. But what do you think?
And I always favored the black uniforms anyway. It just looks dope. So.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the black uniforms, and it seems like ever since late 2004, they kind of got away. Well, ever since like the 06, the Michael Vick experience, once that started to fall off, they kind of got away from the black uniforms, and it's good to see them come back. I'm okay with them; they're all right. I just don't like these white pants right here. I really don't. They need.
Yeah, that's the
part they need to change. The white uniforms need to change. I mean, the white pants need to change, but the red, I don't have a problem with this. I'm
just
okay.
Don't go with red pants because that shit look dumb.
Yeah, don't go to no red pants. It's either white or black
pants. Yeah, trying to look like the Cardinals and shit.
Yeah, but I'm okay with them. I don't think they look bad. I mean, you know, everybody when they see something new, everybody got something negative to say, and it is what it is.
Yeah, like I'm about to say.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that they're wrong. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but you know that the state of social media, it's cool to be negative. I'm not saying that don't be negative on them because I can see where people don't like these, but it's like some people just looked at it immediately like, oh shit.
He go out?
It's like literally like we get about it. As soon as the leaked tweet come out, like 3 seconds later, it's tweeted. Oh, they're ugly. Like,
I mean, internet is the place where people just love to be negative. They like to say the funniest thing in the comment section, anything to get a laugh from the peanut gallery.
And I think corny shit. I think low key, most people actually think they're all right, but they're just saying it just.
Of course. Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, you know, the Falcons probably, you know, beat their team some years ago, and they're still mad about it. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, I get it.
Fucking Jaguars fans. No offense, King David.
I mean, I'm just looking at it on the surface because I'm a Falcons fan. And I'm looking at. I think they look okay. I don't think they're all that. And I mean, my thing is this right here. These pants got to go. That's my biggest gripe. And if they do use the all white, Bills, what you said earlier,
black stripe.
Yeah, the black.
Or black pants and white stripe is fine. Black pants and red stripe is fine.
Right. You know.
But here's my question as a Falcons fan, right? Would you make the socks black and white?
I would probably depends on like if it's all white like this.
Because if you're gonna keep the white pants like that, I'd say maybe red and white would be all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like if it's still white pants, red and white.
It just depends on what combinations they throw together.
Personally, I'm like with you, like what we said earlier. Like if you look at this picture right here, these black pants right here with the red stripe need to flip. They need to put these black pants on this white jersey.
Those black pants are dope, man.
I like the black pants. I do. I like them a lot, but I think they need to switch them over here with the white. DJ, what are your thoughts?
I feel like it's lazy. I just think it's late because I'm looking at their uniforms, and then I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who went back to 2002. I think both of them were being lazy as far as their their choices of quote unquote new uniforms. I mean, how much more can I get the concept of the red going into the black, the fade to black. I get that, but it's overall I just think it's lazy. I think they could have done something with the numbers. The numbers are big enough as it is. Can it get any bigger? People blind watching the game, they can't tell what number is on the back of these people's jerseys. God damn.
Are they any more lazy than the teams who aren't changing the uniforms at all and have had the same uniforms for ages?
But the thing is, it's like when you attempt to do something, that's where the standard becomes a little bit different because you're trying to do something different. You tout it as, oh, we're getting brand new uniforms, or we're going with a different design. I'm judging it based on the design that they came up with. I'm like, there's some teams' jerseys that they've had for a long time that actually look pretty good. They don't even have to change.
But what specifically is wrong with these as far as the design though?
I started out with the numbers. Those look like that can cause like some type of image, like some problem with people's visions because the way it's
the one thing I do like about it, the number actually has a claw on it, and that's pretty dope. Like you see the top of the 2.
Yeah, it's dope.
It has a claw on it, and I like that, like a Falcon's claw.
Yeah, these uniforms.
I do think the numbers. I still think the numbers are a little bit too big, but I don't have a problem with these. I'm not saying these uniforms are fire. I'm not saying that they're dope and all that. I think they're pretty decent looking uniforms. This is my problem right here. These white pants got to go. I mean, especially if you're doing.
I've never been a fan of white on white as far as away uniforms. I've just never liked it. There's not one team I can think of that wore white pants and white jersey, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty dope. Like I can't watch that.
Redskins.
And don't get me wrong.
To tell you the truth, Washington Redskins had the best white on white.
Because
they probably had the best, but I still didn't like them.
Because see, Georgia Southern.
Oh, you're just one person though.
Georgia Southern does it. Like I said, Georgia Southern does it as well, and I'm like, the guys are like a bunch of marshmallows out there.
Yeah, that's
the first thing my wife said when we went to the Camellia Bowl game. Remember that day when we saw them with all white on white? My wife was like, "They're like a bunch of marshmallows." Outside.
Like the Cowboys, color rush uniforms. They're fucking garbage. White on white.
You know what? Team is garbage.
White. Oh, here we go.
And you know what? You know what, Bills? This uniform right here looks exactly like a color rush uniform.
Yeah, it's just I don't. White socks, white pants, it's just overkill, man.
It's overkill, I agree.
And that kind of adds to the laziness that I talk about is the fact that, okay, I can understand that there could be, like, they'll interchange pants throughout the year. They'll have the white top with the black, but I just think overall it's just lazy. Like, they don't have
I do like the font. The numbers on the back, I mean, the name on the back, I do like that font. That looks pretty dope. I do like that, but my only thing is just the white pants. I don't like.
You couldn't put a wing somewhere in that number. I mean, I'm talking about real design changes, not just the.
I don't think they wanted to go overboard with that. I mean, like, there's value in simplicity.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Bills. That is.
I mean, how
the NFL has been simple as far as their uniforms for quite some time. I think they need to go the route of the '90s NBA when the '90s NBA jerseys.
But the thing is,
we're getting creative.
But how complicated can you get? Like, okay, let me ask you an honest question. How many times do we even get close-ups of uniforms to analyze them during games as opposed to the NBA when dudes are at the foul line? It's completely different. You can see, like, a lot of things on the jerseys when dudes are at the foul line, but the NFL is so much – you can't really even get a view of the jersey and be like, oh, look at the rhinestones they put. It's like nobody –
Yeah, but the NFL is a lot closer on the field than it used to be.
It is.
You get the chance to see these details. And then you got your Madden players that are going to sit there and be like, yo, these jerseys or whatever, because they can actually, but that's a video game.
They've already done something new with the fade from the red to the black as it is. Nobody in the NFL has done that.
A fade pattern? You mean to tell me the Jaguars didn't have a fade pattern in their helmet?
On what? On their helmet. I'm talking about the uniform.
It's a fade pattern.
You're nitpicking, bro.
Done before. No, you
nitpicking.
asked me specifically what I thought about it, and when it pops up, I point it out.
And
I'm nitpicking, but you asked.
You are.
Get the hell out of here.
Speaking of the Falcons,
you asked me for specifics, so I'm giving them to you.
Okay, speaking of the Falcons helmet, the actual helmet is a matte gloss looking helmet. They changed it from the glossy look now it's a matted look. So I think that's pretty dope. And actually the logo is a little bit bigger on the helmet too. So like I said, overall,
DJ sounds like the motherfuckers that come to Madden videos and don't even watch them.
Boy, here we go. No, don't even go there. That's nowhere near the truth.
Like I said, I think they could have done better, but I don't have a problem with them. The white on white has to go. I'm not a fan of white on white.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, overall, I think they're okay. Let's see. Let's look at some of the comments.
Thank God the Bucks did the right thing. PS5 controllers.
They just said that just go back to the 91 to 2002 uniforms. I agree. I rather the old Deion Sanders ones.
With the gray pants.
Yes, they're actually silver, but yes, you're right.
Gray pants. They're not silver. Come on, everyone knew they were gray pants.
No, they were silver.
No,
they were pretty much
pants.
like.
Come on.
Dude, they were pretty much like the Raiders. They were silver back then, bro.
Back then, they were somewhat mimicking what the Georgia Bulldogs did. So it was black, red, and silver until they switched. So
everybody in DC knew those were gray pants. Come on.
Okay, now when I send these to the DM and these motherfuckers are silver, which I'm about to do right now.
Let's see. Ravens Nation also said when Nike took over, the NFL union's been lacking. I can agree.
You sound like an Adidas fan.
They've been doing it. I'm more fond of the Reebok. When Reebok did theirs, they were like really good.
They were different material too.
They were different material. They were
more so mesh, I guess.
All right, Bills. What DM you're sending them to?
Hold on. Yeah, we go. Whatchamacallit? Twitter.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter right now. I don't see nothing.
Luna Nocturne, appreciate you for coming through. He said Falcons need to take notes from the Arizona Diamondback uniforms. Okay. I haven't watched the Diamondback uniforms.
If they want to have a losing season.
Wow.
Know, right?
And no fans at their games. Those are silver, DJ.
Spectacular Pooh said these unis look like some shit from Madden. I can agree. They do. And it's probably
what?
That's
what do you mean? Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean it looks like some shit from Madden? Motherfucker, they simulate the NFL. Of course they look like some shit from Madden. What is he talking about?
I think what he's trying to say, they look like video game uniforms. That's what I took from it. But yeah, you could use better words.
Points off.
That's not silver. It's the way the light shines off of it that makes it look like silver.
Wait, he said, why do people continue to ask that from the Bucks? Why go back to one they were literally at they won a Super Bowl wearing those uniforms?
No,
those ugly ass candy cane uniforms. Yeah, they can keep them candy corn ass uniforms.
He said candy cane. They do like candy corn uniforms, though. They do.
Yeah, somebody was hoping that
those uniforms.
Somebody was saying that they would hope that they would at least mix in that color.
What they should do,
but they went straight back to the old ones.
What they should do, every now and then they should wear them, but I don't think that should be their official.
Doug Williams probably has PTSD every time he sees them fucking uniforms.
Oh damn! Well, if they change that one helmet rule, they'll be able to go back to it fully.
That's the other stupid thing. The one helmet has to fit every.
Right, every uniform, because the Falcons, remember the Falcons had the red uniform, the red helmet.
And remember,
but the NFL has always had corny ass rules for their uniforms, though.
I say the Redskins had like what 4 different helmets?
Oh yeah,
but my thing is,
I hate the one with the R in it because they look like a McDonald's franchise at one point, and there was the one that they looked like they were like rugged throwbacks. They were the ones where they had the leather. It looked like the leather football as far as the helmet, like the color scheme.
Right.
It was matted.
Right.
And I'm like, it was dark, and their face mask was black.
Mm-hmm.
But the NFL, they've always had corny rules because I remember they fined Clinton Portis one time for wearing.
Then they find somebody.
They find Sean Taylor a bunch of times.
They find Sean Taylor
he did with his face mask and his.
They find Clinton Portis for not having his socks pulled.
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't they find somebody for socks or something like that?
Oh yeah, they were really lasered in on the Miami.
Trying to treat motherfuckers like they go to a private school. Like, get the fuck out of here. Trying to make everybody look the same, bro. There's no originality. It's like college doesn't. That's the one thing about the NCAA. They don't try to police how people wear their cleats, what color cleats they wear, how many uniforms a team have. I mean, Oregon's living proof of that.
Right.
So it's the NFL got to loosen up.
In other words, just go to NCAA 14 and look at all the different uniforms all these teams got.
Yeah, because they changed. I guess the NFL kind of changed how the cleat rule. They changed that, but still, I mean. Yeah, these leagues need to allow for more originality. I mean, I think the worst thing I've ever seen was literally Jordan had a fucking shoe made, and they said he couldn't wear it.
Yeah, I remember that because he had a Pacific shoe made, and he couldn't wear it. Yeah,
they said the black didn't match the uniform. It's like, come on, man.
Like, does it really matter? Like, dude, we know who he is. Stop.
Right, like to the fucking face of the league.
Right. Any extra thoughts on this? I mean, we don't need to show the Buccaneers helmet. I mean, the uniforms. Just go back to Warren Sapp. There you go. I mean, they basically the only difference is they got a black version of the old jersey, and I think they did a good. I think they did a good job of going back.
You said the black one's trash. Jesus.
Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic. I can't. Okay, now you said they was trash. You wrong for
DJ
that.
be hating on every new uniform.
I am very picky. I am very picky on jerseys.
I see.
I have high standards and very picky on jerseys.
God damn.
And speaking of high standards, what do you think about Resident Evil 3? Let's go to that. What do you think about Resident Evil 3? You played a bit of it. What you think?
Well, I played a good portion of it, and I've seen pretty much the whole game. So. And are we past the spoiler alert type of?
Good. I ain't playing shit anymore.
If you haven't played Resident Evil 3, the first one or this one, you have a problem.
Cover your ears.
Well, you should notice. I mean, I'm pretty sure the story lines up with the PS1 version. So what? It
lines up, but they're like enemies that don't appear in this one that were.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people are disappointed. They're also disappointed in the Nemesis.
Yeah, that's why. That's one thing I heard. A lot of people said the Nemesis is not as thorough,
threatening. I thought the way everyone talked about the Nemesis was based off of Mr. X's presence in the remake for RE2, and I'm like, I was thinking about it earlier, and I was just like, well, it wasn't a police building. It was enclosed. He was stalking you all throughout the building.
Look what Pooh put. Look what I put.
Oh boy!
Wow!
Why did you have to go there?
By the way, you want something that's what you wrote? NCAA 14 is $159 on Amazon right now.
Good luck with that.
I might as well buy a used Xbox One X.
Right. We'll get into that later, but.
Yeah, but Mr. X was stalking you throughout. Like when you got to a certain portion of the game in RE2 remake, he would stalk you throughout the police station. Right. So, but in RE3, you're it opens it up. You're pretty much on the streets in between buildings or whatnot. And when you get to the point where you meet Nemesis again, like the opening scene with Nemesis is the hardest scene that you'll get from Nemesis. Everything else is what you've probably already seen in the demo or seen in some gameplay.
Well, that sucks because I mean, when you played RE3 on PS1, I mean, he was a problem.
He was a problem, but it was because of the camera angle.
Okay,
I think that fixed angle and the tank controls made him much more of a threat.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I agree with that. I definitely agree.
I'm gonna tell y'all the one experience I had with Resident Evil. So I was like, you know what? Everybody been talking about Resident Evil. I'm gonna buy Resident Evil 5.
Whoa! Well, don't
you bought the wrong one.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why.
I will agree if that's the only one you play, but you better not slander that game.
Resident Evil 5?
That don't slander.
Look, I put that shit in. I played that shit. I played that shit for about 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a sandwich. I'm done with this shit.
You keep your sandwich.
Yeah, about the
bro. Because here's the thing. it was my first introduction to Resident Evil.
Well, that was the problem.
And I can't obviously judge the series. That's why most times when y'all talk, I don't say anything because I haven't played it. I'm not going to judge a game that I haven't played.
You know,
so Resident Evil 5 wasn't a good introduction because I was like, this is the best that y'all got. Like,
no, it's not. But I will give that is a fair assessment because if that's the only one you played, I thought you was about to slander it.
The first mission had the nemesis like backing me into a corner or some shit, and I'm like, well, this movement's fucking garbage.
Okay,
I was like, I don't get why I'm playing. I put in Left 4 Dead, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done with it.
I will give you a pass because you told me that's the first one you played, and that's the only. Because see, I played all of them.
Because I don't play horror games like that. I'm a sports gamer, and I play shooters, and I play other RPGs, but I don't really play.
I can't tell you how many times I beat Resident Evil 5 probably just as much as I beat Resident Evil 4. I platinum Resident Evil 5. Contrary to other people, they think it's more of an action game other than a horror game. I absolutely love the game. I
thought about going back to play. Everybody was making a big deal out of them remaking Resident Evil 2. I was gonna go back and play it.
I would say start with Resident Evil 1.
I don't know if I can do that. Graphics.
Hold on. Which one?
No. The updated one.
When that came out.
Yeah. And you don't have to deal with the. I don't think you don't have to deal so much with the tank control.
No, they're more of the regular ones.
Yeah.
But I'm about to say if you're gonna tell him to go back to PS1, he'll definitely hate it.
No. Yeah, he would definitely hate it on a PS1. But yeah, the fixed camera angles and the atmosphere of Resident Evil 1 actually gets you into the story.
Yeah,
a little bit better.
Like the first horror game I ever got into was Left 4 Dead, and the thing with Left 4 Dead was, in a way, it was kind of comical to me, as opposed to something that scared me, because it wasn't that it was cartoony. It just kind of made me laugh. It's like, yo, there's like millions of fucking zombies around me right now,
right?
And I'm just mowing these motherfuckers down, and I don't even feel like I'm even close to, like. I can't die, right? And then all of a sudden you run out of ammo, you're like, oh shit, I'm about to die.
Yeah, I felt I felt like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica did
that's such a
great job of making it so that you was constantly in danger.
You felt helpless in those games.
Right, because ammo was limited. You weren't mowing people down. People prided themselves in each of these games in conserving ammo. That's why, I don't really get on a person like BG who wants to farm and store ammo because that's really...
It doesn't have to scare you for it to be horror, bro. I know plenty of people who have never been scared from horror movies, but they love them. They're still horror movies, whether it scares you or not. It was intended to, in some form or fashion, scare you. When that witch came running after you, she wasn't coming to give you a hug, my dude. It's clearly a horror game.
Yeah, like like I said, I like all the Resident Evils. I've been a big Resident Evil fan. From day one. 1 through 7. Code Veronica is such an underrated game.
Zero was pretty good, but that whole partner. When that trend started with having a partner AI with you, and I was just like, you had to take one spot and put it in a little microwave thing, and it had to go down to the other one, and you had to. Like, it was innovative for that game, but the whole thought process is that I'm by myself versus this game in Resident Evil 0. It's like, okay, I always have a partner that he or she, whoever I'm controlling. The other person will start shooting, and and you have to conserve ammo between the two of y'all. But at least you could share items. That was the one thing I did like about it. But when you got to like Resident Evil 5, I was just like, there's no threat of being in danger at all.
No, it really wasn't. The main thing about 5 was you basically just had to shoot everything to survive. It wasn't like you had to look out for each other. Both y'all just had to shoot everything.
Mm-hmm.
My thing was, shit. I was more scared to go fight that fucking bear in Resident Evil in Red Dead Redemption 2 than I was in a lot of horror.
You know what else was scary though? Like fighting that damn bear in Tomb Raider as well.
Oh god,
both of them shits were scary. I agree.
I know they had some shit in the Order 1886 that kind of seemed a bit
those beasts in there.
Those little beasts. Wolfenstein had them fucking mechanic ass dogs. It wasn't even scary. It just kind of creeped me out. I was like, what the fuck are mechanical ass dogs?
Wolfenstein 1 and 2 those games freak me out. I love them, but those games freak me out too. Those games are crazy.
Fucking mechanical dogs, bro.
Let's look at oh, go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, I was about to say, as far like I've beaten. It's two things I'm going to say. One, I've beaten Resident Evil. I didn't beat Resident Evil 1, but I've beaten Resident Evil 2, 3. I haven't played 4, which
really?
I skipped. The only reason I skipped because it started diverging from the story.
You need to go back and play that.
No, I'm not.
That's a very good game.
I'm not going back to play because I don't like the story.
Really?
I don't.
Man,
I really don't like the story of that game.
He's getting on my nerves.
No, I said he's in the minority. A lot of people.
You get on my nerves. Like what?
No, a lot of people really like Resident Evil 4. I've beaten that game.
They like it because it actually is more action oriented. It doesn't have a fixed camera view. Well, the camera view is over your shoulder instead of like fixed where you're running with tank controls.
I will say this: Resident Evil 4 does have more horror that's actually scarier than 5.
Who said his biggest
when you had to fight the Bagman with the chainsaw, that's pretty scary.
Are you scared? I don't know if I'd be scared.
I was enticed for the fact that the zombies weren't really zombies. That started the whole "they're not really zombies" type trend.
Yeah, they weren't really zombies. They were like defined by some cult with some type of injection or something.
Plagueis. It was like the Plagueis virus, right. Because it went from the story pretty much the progenitor virus was like the base virus, and then it became the T virus, then the G virus, and then it started morphing, and then you had your tyrants and stuff like that, and
right,
you started to see that they were really making this, and they were weaponizing it. That's why they're called BOWs, bioorganic weapons. So,
hey man, I didn't know that, DJ. I thought you actually. Everybody likes Res 4. Dang, you're like the only one I've ever heard that.
I was gonna say Thomas, snakes would be more of a fear. I mean, God, sharks are. If you get in the water,
I actually have a fear of sharks myself. Go ahead.
Doug Thomas said I have a huge fear of snakes, and there are plenty of them out here.
I mean, yeah, it's like that's funny. But like actual snakes would be more of a fear for me because, like, if you're not in the water, you're pretty much good. Sharks ain't gonna come and start crawling towards you on the fucking shore.
My wife is terrified of snakes. She don't play that shit at all.
Yeah, snakes. No, fuck that, bro. They strike too quick.
Yeah, she doesn't play that.
Move in silence.
We was watching this sidetrack, but we was watching Court TV the other day and watching Forensic Files, and some lady burnt down a house, and it was like a dog, a cat, and a pet snake. Like, I feel so sorry for the dog and cat, but the snake can go to hell. He does not like snakes.
Really I don't really have, I guess, a fear of many animals because I've never been put in a situation to be fearful of them. I can only say, I guess, if I was in a situation, I'd probably be scared of a fucking snake.
Yeah, I'm with you. I grew up, like in West Savannah, and they had a little bit of everything. So right. we played with snakes. We went crawfishing to catch crawfish. I done had crabs and stuff bite me on the finger. We was doing all type of stuff with, when we was fishing for stuff. I mean, we've played in everything, So
I might have a jaded opinion. I beat the fuck out of a coyote once. So
you over here fighting coyotes though?
So all right. So
hey, look who showed up. And she's alive, everybody. Hey, Miss Ladybug, how are you?
What the hell? Wait a minute.
Right.
Where you been?
Right. It's like she's been gone for like some months.
So many story about this coyote. So there was one morning I was going out, like early morning. This might have been like 3 or 4. And these fucking coyotes are just walking down the middle of the street. And bro, I live in the city. I don't live in the fucking country. So I'm looking, I'm like, that's a fucking coyote.
So you squared up on him?
Bro, so I'm going, I'm taking the trash out, before I hop in my car. This fucking coyote darts towards me, and all I had to pick up was like this broken stick in the back. I beat the fuck out of that coyote. And then I backed up and fucking hit it with my car, bro.
Whoa!
Yeah, to make sure it was dead. You think I'm fucking around with a wounded animal? That bitch better be dead,
babe. Bill's on the podcast talking about some he out here fighting coyotes in the middle.
Get the fuck out of that little bitch ass coyote. I don't care if Peter flags me. Fuck them. Yeah, bro, I don't fuck with coyotes, yo. It's not that I'm not an animal lover. I love dogs. I can tolerate cats.
I ain't scared of no animals.
That would actually be the second case where a dude from Boston beat up a dude from Arizona in the coyotes. So
yeah, the coyotes got their ass whooped that time. But no, I mean, I like, I'm sorry. There's certain animals I'm just like, I don't feel sorry for them if shit happens. Like if somebody hits a skunk, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm good. I'm good on that.
What are you contributing to the earth like a raccoon? I'm sorry. Stop going through my trash. Like, fuck exactly. Like, yeah, like there's certain animals I'm like, ooh,
you're a raccoon that smells bad and carry rabies and shit. Fuck that.
I felt like the fucking coyote hunter instead of the crocodile hunter, bro. I'm like, it's like 3:00 in the morning fighting a fucking coyote. I stomped the shit out. And then I'm like, all right, I'm about to hop in my car real quick.
So what happened to the other ones? They just ran off and they saw you whooping their homie ass. So like, you don't want no problem.
Like, you're about to go rob every house on the street. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yo, they seen you beating that coyote ass. It's like, we're good, we out.
It was like, nope.
Then another time,
we're heading this way.
Well, then another time there was a coyote.
Time? Yeah, it
was the second time. I didn't fight it though. So there was a second time there was a coyote that was running down the middle of the street, and I tried to dodge it. It fucking hit like my rear tire, and it like ran up the street. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Where are these coyotes coming from?
So they'll get some get back on you then.
No, that was the first. They would try to get back on me. That shit didn't happen though. Now, I'm not saying I would fight a coyote again because that shit was like life or death pretty much. But I mean, we said why I like to kill animals. You know what? Shut up. Pooh. If there was an animal, it would be an eagle. How about that?
Wow. Them motherfuckers gonna start buying shit from Acme. They're gonna start buying shit from Acme and try to blow up your damn house.
Wow. But you know what? In that case, they wound up blowing up themselves.
Right.
I know, right? Sorry asses.
Like,
Ravens Nation told what type of city got what coyotes walking on every block.
Bro, it wasn't every block. It was like they'll just be out because I guess there's woods like close to my house, but we're in the city, dude. Right. But so it's like I don't know where they come from. They just like raccoons, skunks, and fucking coyotes always around. It's like I don't know where the fuck they come from. So I have to look both ways every time I leave my house, anytime after 1:00. It's like fucking stupid.
Damn, you killed a coyote and you're looking both ways before.
You said I go to jail for killing an eagle? Shut up, man.
Wait a minute, that's not true. There was an episode in American Dad where they shot an eagle out the air for 45 Magnum. It was like send it to Donovan McNabb.
Y'all trying to get us flagged off.
Now you will go to jail if you hit one of them dumbass wild turkeys crossing the street with them clown asses. Yo, in Boston, if you hit a fucking turkey or one of them little flocks of man, they'll fine you like $5,000, bro. Put your ass in jail.
Y'all trying to get us flagged by Peter real quick.
Fuck Peter and Peter. Fuck both of them.
Here we go.
Whatever. That's wild.
What else? You
need to answer our question, cute Miss Ladybug. You ain't answer our question. Like, where you been?
In Gators.
Wow. Like, we clocking you, yo.
For some reason, I can't pull up none of the comments. Oh, there it is. We go. She said, I hope you guys are staying the fuck home. Yes, we are. We're home. Run nowhere. Let's see.
Okay. Pooh. I said American Dad, not Family Guy. Different guy.
Cute Ladybug also said we got random pythons. At least it ain't bad.
Florida though, bro. Florida
got gators
popping up in your backyard. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, the whole state is mostly a swamp.
Yeah, down in Florida, yeah.
Louisiana and Florida can both. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Bills, have you seen this PS5 controller?
Yeah, it looks like the fucking Stadia.
Really? That's what you got from it?
I don't like it.
You don't like
I don't like the two-tone nature.
Here's the thing. So it's like a cross between the Stadia controller and the Xbox One controller. I don't like the fact it's white. If they have a black option,
wait a minute.
What?
You say you don't like it because it's white?
I don't like it because it's white. That's not anything racial, but bro, it's like every white controller I've had. Like I had a white Xbox 360 controller. Obviously, well, I should say I had white Xbox One controller and all the Xbox 360 controllers.
Is that what you're saying? It's a systemic issue with the controller.
It's a systemic color-based issue. Yes, it is. But nah, it's like I just don't like white controllers. Them just be getting dirty, bro. It's like the first day using it, it's fucking dirty. It's like give me a black controller, a gray controller, or fuck. Like I have an Xbox 360 controller, it's green.
It's funny. It's like with white controllers, you can see the dirt easier, but the black controller. No, wait a minute. It's like you can see like types of dirt easier, but with the black controllers, you can see dust easier. So it's
like a white car, bro. It's like you gotta wash that shit every day. It's like who wants to do that, my dude? It's like that shit would bug me. Like that controller looks pristine white, right? And then a week from now, it's gonna have all these crazy ass nicks and scrapes. It's like, bro, I haven't even done anything with this controller.
But wait a minute, if nicks and scrapes on a white controller, you wouldn't be able to see unless there was dirt or some type of coloring.
Nah, you'd be able to see. Top 5 controllers, Xbox 360 controller.
I know they got a black one.
All I know is I'm glad
they do have Xbox 360 controller.
Look,
I mean the Xbox One.
All I know is that I'm glad that they didn't move the analog to where the D-pad is. So they kept it the same.
Yeah, I think
ergonomically, it's good. It's better.
I need a black option or a gray option. Man.
No, they do. They do have a black option. I've seen the black one. So they do have a black one like this, but I think
wait a minute, is it officially the black option, or is it somebody that did a little photoshopping of the black? It's because they've seen one with the color thrown into the buttons too.
You might be right.
Because that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen them actually show the black. And then I wanted the gray one that looked like the PS1 controller. I wanted that one for the PS4, but I didn't end up.
Yeah, because even in their blog, they was like, we went two-tone for whatever reason.
Damn, Stadia controller. No, I mean it's not that bad. Yeah, it just gave me Stadia vibes. It's white.
I think it just looks cheap. It looks like something from a low budget Soldier Boy type console.
Oh shit.
That's what it looks like. It looks like one of those.
My thing is, why would you make the controller white and the only part of the controller that you made black, you put the PlayStation symbol and nobody can see it?
The PlayStation symbol should be just like the old PlayStation.
It should be blue.
No, it should be the red, white. You know the color of the old PlayStation with the red, white, and green or something like that?
Yo, here goes Miss Ladybug acting up already. Acting up.
Yeah, you
really
acting.
I'm not even I'm good.
She acting up.
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm not even.
You have to. Your location wise, you have to.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. We're gonna slide past that one.
Ain't gonna be much social distance between your face and Crystal's fist to be saying anything about that.
Real social distancing in the house. So yeah, that ain't happening. So we good. Yeah, I'm good.
I know how the Xbox One controller feels like a burning pet. Wait.
What?
Oh, I read that wrong. Hate how the Xbox One controller feels with a burning pad. Why?
Why? What's wrong with the Xbox One controller?
The thing with
the Xbox One controller is basically like 360 controller with better shoulder buttons.
The Xbox One X was the best one to me because of the grips on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue with the controller. It just gives me Stadia vibes, like I said, because of the white. Because it's white. I don't like white controllers, bro. Like I look at all my old Xbox 360 controllers, they just look horrible because
all these white controllers are gonna gather one day, but like we shall overcome.
I know, right?
Around bills.
Oh man, but nah, if they went back to the old school PS1 controller where they were gray, like I fuck with that. That would be different. White,
Yeah, I think it should be all. I think it should have been black, and I'm okay with it. It's just the white look. It looks like That's a good question.
I feel like that console's gonna be two-tone and mostly white too.
Like if the console's white, it's like you gotta fucking clean it every day. Like, damn, I just got the.
Well, wait a minute. But would you have a problem with it if the black portion was in the back?
Wait a minute.
Because technically, that's what the controller is doing.
I mean,
I'm calling Rosa Parks. I don't like that. I'm calling Rosa Parks.
Yo, VF gonna be the Rosa Parks of video games. Nobody bought Rosa Parks.
Yeah, you talking about in the back.
Yo, instead of save 65, it's gonna be save 565 and nobody console.
No, don't call it Rosa Parks. You talking about putting the black in the back, and you call it Rosa Parks.
Talk about color equality. I was like, well, why is the black in the back then?
Why couldn't they just make the part that's white black and
why can't they just
black?
Make multiple controllers with different color schemes?
Maybe this is just
Xbox does a good job of that.
Because they're not Nintendo.
Or Xbox.
Maybe they're just gonna release out one and then they'll say there's other options, I guess, coming later.
Well,
I'm almost certain that it's gonna be other options.
How many
even the buttons are clear.
What different options are there on PS4 right now?
Well, I mean,
there's the gray one, they got some military ones, I guess.
Yeah, they got
kind of whack. The gray one's cool though. It kind of looks like the PS1, but I mean,
right.
I just don't like. I don't know, bro. Like, if I buy a console, I don't like the shit looking crazy fucking.
This is like the PS5 official one will probably be all black. This looks like a Chinese knockoff of a PS5 controller. Because you know, like when you see like the fake consoles or whatever, they always have like this like type of
Soldier Boy
console. I mean, exactly like this. Like, what was that Soldier Boy console that looked like the Xbox One S? It's just like
the Xbox Soldier.
Here's what I'll say about the actual setup, like the actual build of it. Looks like the grip is a bit better.
It looks
behind the.
Honestly, this looks like this controller looks like it's going to be a good fit for a gamer's hands.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't like the color.
Right, it doesn't. I don't think the controller is going to be a bad controller when you're playing games because you can look at. I mean, they took the more of a boomerang style that you can your hands are covered much better. Let me look at the
anything's better than that fucking PS3 controller. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, PS3 controller. I can't play with that. Now you see the triggers are basically all these are just like the PS4 triggers. They're basically the same. So I mean, it looks like a PS4 controller. It looks like a more sturdy version of
the Xbox triggers. I've always preferred the Xbox triggers. I don't know why.
I did.
Maybe just for shooters.
Because they had one that was just like a regular button. The other one felt like a pedal. Well,
these Xbox triggers always good. Even since the original Xbox.
Yeah,
you're fucking tripping.
I actually thought the Xbox 360 controller was best for me.
What are you talking about?
I like that.
Okay, so Pooh's talking about the Xbox controller being too small, and then he says PS2. The PS2 controller is never bigger than any Xbox controller, bro. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. He said the Xbox controller too small. What?
Xbox small to me is the best controller compared to PS2 and GameCube.
What?
And then Raven said PS2 was made for people who had hand sizes the size of a 5-year-old.
I never seen an Xbox controller that's too small unless it's strictly third party.
I like the PS4 controller because it had more weight to it. That's why I like the PS4 controller. It had more weight, and the grip on the back was a lot better when you're holding the controller. It feels like you're not about to throw a
low key, the GameCube controller is probably the most comfortable controller I've ever held. GameCube controller is really good, but the GameCube controller got a small D-pad. Now,
I just like the
D-pad, but
I just like the Xbox One X, bro. I think that's the best controller I've used, man.
No, they didn't. It's the Xbox Duke and the Xbox S. It's called the S controller, not Xbox Small. And that controller is not small. That controller is about as big as a 360 controller.
I have a 360 controller I use now that's small, but I got used to it. Like this one.
The original Xbox S controller is not small.
What?
No.
The smallest controllers out there are probably like the PS3 controllers.
Anyway,
what you say, DJ?
Nah, I was like, why is Pooh always writing in all caps? Does he forget that it's on?
Yeah, like what? Why is he trying to yell at us through words? Like he's trying to yell at us through typed out words. Like what is that gonna do?
Like,
no, because he actually. Hey, you know what? He don't even hit cap locks. He hold down shift and press all the buttons.
Cute Miss Ladybug acting up again. Here we go.
Yeah, I read a comment earlier. I was just like, I'm not touching that. Not going to.
You all right with us, Ladybug? You all right with us?
Ooh, chill out, bro.
Anything else y'all got with this? Anything else y'all got with this? I mean, I'm good.
Nah, I think it'll be a good controller.
If they went red and black, I'd be down.
Red's another color they had for
that looks like the NWO colors, white and black, and then you go red and black. You have NWO controllers.
Yeah, but imagine how little people would have took the NWO seriously if they were white and black instead of black and white.
If
they came out with white in the black lettering, I'd be like, man, yo, get y'all's fucking mail strip ass on it. With white and black on. Trying to act like you gonna scare somebody.
I'm still mad that DJ wants he likes the back in the black. I'm back in the black.
Hold up, that came out. All types of wrong here. All right, everybody refer to my meme. I had it up there.
The black in the black.
The back in the black.
The black was in the back. That's
all the how I said it. Up there. I definitely do like the black in the back. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Right. Black in the back and the back in the black, man. Yeah.
I'm just worried about the design of the PS5 itself. I wonder what that's going to be like.
Nah, honestly, I do agree with that because
it looks like it is going to be two-toned. If they're going to do that with the controller, they're going to do that with the console.
You know what that controller made me think about? Remember those little bots they used to have that was in the PS4 controller when the PS4 controller first came out? What are those little bots called?
Yeah,
it reminds me of one of those.
Oh, they're like they had some name. It's kind of resembling like amiibos, but it was
right. I can't remember the name of them, but it gave me that vibe as well. Looking at it, it was like one of those things.
I'll tell you what, I'm like if that console has anything like what was it? PSN Home. What was that? The base live stream. Yeah, where people are just going wild on the first few weeks.
Yeah.
Yo, that was the wildest part about this generation is the live streaming capabilities on PlayStation.
Microsoft is like, ain't no Connect coming with this Xbox One X. Don't even fucking ask. It's funny because I used my Connect for a while when I first got the Xbox One. I just wanted to see what it was like. It was cool to turn the Xbox on and off or whatever. Other than that, I don't really.
Like Xbox go home.
I mean, other than that, yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, I think the console will be fine. I just hope it's not white, bro. It's just gonna remind me of fucking wasn't the Xbox One X white when they first released?
No, the S was white.
Yeah, the S.
S was white, but they both went with a black design right out the gate.
Yeah,
oh boy. Oh god.
Cute Miss Ladybug is
she's a mess, man. She is a mess. What y'all got, man? Y'all got anything y'all want to add lib real quick? Because we ran out of time.
There's plenty of shit we can just talk about. I want to talk about the fact that the NBA is talking about. CJ McCollum requested, or has been. I guess
they want to play basketball in Phoenix too, in Arizona as well.
Yeah. Okay. Even Phoenix, fucking Suns fans don't want to come to the games.
It's just a suggestion,
He was saying there should be a one-on-one tournament.
Yeah, I heard about this.
But he said it should be challenge based, like you have to challenge somebody. I mean,
that's stupid.
it's gonna be a question of like how many people are gonna challenge others. Like, who's gonna be that guy to take a leap and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna call out James Harden. I'm gonna call out." Well, I guess you can call out James Harden because he has to defend. But
that's like I don't know, some Dragon Ball Z type shit. I choose you. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like it would depend on how they did it, but overall,
and who would be authorized to make these challenges? You wouldn't want the 12th man on your team to make a challenge. Yeah,
they'd have to limit it to like all-stars.
Nah, man.
All-star challenge.
Nope. I need to see Kwame Brown come challenge somebody straight up.
Oh God,
Kwame Brown, man. Okay, man. Brown, that fucking bum. Anytime somebody makes fun of your name just to be facetious, Kwame Brown. That's how Stephen A. Smith used to say it, Kwame.
Yo, the way Stephen A. roasted him was so funny. That never gets old. Oh my God.
Because the Grizzlies fucked around and traded Pau Gasol for Kwame Brown.
Yo, just the way he roasts Kwame Brown, it'd be so funny, man.
Bro, Kwame Brown came out of high school and was the #1 overall pick.
Over Pau Gasol.
By none other than Michael Jordan. But
it's terrible executive.
Oh,
yeah, horrible.
Like, he's gotten better, but holy shit. I mean,
he gotten better. Man, Kwame Brown, Adam Morrison. Oh my
it took him 20 fucking years. That motherfucker was such a bad executive, he had to come out of retirement.
Right.
He's like, all right,
they low-key fired him before he finished his last season.
Right. Like, all right, MJ, yo, you got a couple more games, bro.
But like, yo, can I go back to being executive? Abe Pullen was like, no. And pack your shit. You're going.
Yeah. They put up one trade. It was like, motherfucker, you traded Jerry Stackhouse. You traded Rip Hamilton for Jerry Stackhouse. Get your ass out of here. like, oh, bro. But I mean, yeah, the idea is okay, but I just don't see how they're gonna execute it. I don't think that many players would challenge many other players. It'd almost be like, oh, well, I think that we should have a slam dunk contest. Well, we already have one and nobody participates.
I'll tell you one thing. I know who will get. I know a lot of people want to play one particular person. So the couple people want to play Rudy Gobert, and it ain't for basketball. They're gonna throw hands at him too.
Maybe that league will have a brawl for all. WWE.
Like they're like, yo, that's the reason why we in this situation now.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm sending something in the DM. Somebody already sent a Madden rendition of the Bucks jerseys all white.
Really?
Yeah, just take a look.
Wow. That's if they modded that, that's fast.
That's tough.
That's way. You know what? I'm not going to say it's fast. I'm almost questioning that. Do you think they already had the throwback jerseys in the game already?
Well, yeah, they had the throwback jerseys. They already had them.
But the Nike symbol is the only thing that would kind of be sketchy about it, though, because they don't have the Nike symbols on the throwbacks.
Right. Oh, no.
Right.
These have the Nike symbols on
the ones that they've worn, though. So I'm saying they only have the Nike symbols in the game on throwbacks that the teams have worn in real life. So it's a question of like, okay, well.
No, you can see the Nike symbol on the jersey.
No, I'm saying these ones here, but it must be a mod.
No, that's what I'm wondering. Oh, you know what? You're right. Never mind.
It must be a mod because they don't have them. Who is that?
I don't know who
I don't know who that is.
So.
Yeah,
I know that's what's the name? Jones in the background walking like he just got sacked.
Oh, Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me share the screen. We're just talking about this shit and nobody looking at it.
Yeah.
Everybody referred to my meme. Had it up to here.
So that's what it looks like, everybody. But I was wondering because if this is a mod, that's fast. That's very fast. Maybe they probably just used the old jerseys and put the Nike symbol on it. I don't know, but it looks good. It looks really good. But they have do they have the same helmets though, or did they change the helmets?
I think they kept the same helmets they currently have.
So they don't have the 2002 helmets with the darker gray.
I don't think so. Or at least they kept the logo is the same size.
The logo is the same size. I know that. Huh?
That's the current helmet.
That's the new helmet. That's the current helmet they had. I think they went back. If it's 2002 2002 had the darker gray helmets. Pooh said they changed helmets.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't have the link to the Buccaneers, so I can't remember. I don't know. But that's interesting.
I think what the fuck?
Let me see if I can pull these up and see.
Yo, my 360 keeps restarting my NCAA 14 download like at 70%. Yo, I'm about to fucking throw this thing out the window.
Oh damn!
Well, that ain't cool.
Fuck this damn slow ass.
Oh yeah, they went all the way back. They went all the way back to the 2002. Even the helmets, they went all the way back. So you can see this right in there. I'll show it to you. Yeah, they went all the way back 2002. You see the helmets?
Oh.
Yeah, they went all the way back 2002. The only difference is that they got the all grayish black over here.
Man, them white and those red ones are tough, bro. Those uniforms were always nice, man. I always fucked with them.
These old 2002 ones. They always been nice. That's why I was like,
okay, y'all check the DMs, and this was all white skins that I was talking about.
I remember. I have a picture of Sean Taylor with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
I didn't have it. I'm saying, out of all the ones that I've seen, like of the all white, I like those the best because y'all most times will wear, I guess, black cleats in Sean Taylor's era. Like, I think at that point in Sean Taylor's era, y'all kind of stopped wearing the yellow pants, right?
That was, when we were wearing the all whites, that was before we started incorporating the yellow pants and stuff like that. Because we also, I think in 2008, went all red. And that was when we got crushed by the Steelers. And that was the last time. That was like one of the few times we were all red. That was a horrible game. I was like, we need not to go all burgundy ever again. But it's happened a couple of times and we got crushed each time. So
because I fuck with the yellow pants. I know you don't like them.
The yellow pants, that was a Bruce Allen idea, and it worked for a little bit. But just like with Bruce Allen, everybody just got sick of it and wanted it to leave with quickness. So,
man, let's talk about Sean Taylor real quick.
What about him,
bro? Like, I don't know if Ravens Nation, because he's a bit younger. Like, bro, Sean Taylor was like the scariest combination. Like, Sean Taylor was like a combination of Cam Chancellor as far as hitting.
He was
with Earl Thomas as far as coverage, bro.
Right.
It was scary.
He was Cam Chancellor for Cam Chancellor.
Dude, it was scary. Like, I'm
convinced. Man was like 6. What he came into the NFL 6'3", like 230, playing free safety.
It was crazy. He was like the size of
a linebacker, outside linebacker.
Yeah, like he was like, people used to call Mel Blount big. I'm like, nah, that motherfucker's big. Sean Taylor's like, he's big. But nah, that motherfucker, as y'all can see, he's my profile pic on here. I mean, he's just he was a monster, bro. His birthday just passed about a week ago. Yeah, it was his birthday like a week ago, so
yeah,
I forgot to give him a proper tribute.
Yeah, his birthday was
it was April 1st.
It was one of the days we had the podcast, wasn't it?
Was it?
Was it a Tuesday?
Yeah, if it was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday, yeah. Oh,
yeah, it was a Tuesday. No, it was a Wednesday.
Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, we had ours on the 31st, so it was the day before.
His birthday is April 1st. That's right. Okay. What I was about to ask a question about NBA Live, but I really don't want to do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got time. I mean,
I know we got a little bit more time before we finish. I was just like, do y'all think this game is coming out?
No.
I think. I mean,
I want to talk about it, but
use. It's funny because they can easily use COVID as an excuse, right?
No. But not this time. Nope.
No. I'm not saying we would accept it. I'm saying they could easily attempt to use it as an excuse and have their fucking mouthpiece Prime out here. And times are hard out here. And
well, what happened with Live 17? What happened with Live 20?
What happened with Live 20? Yeah.
Yeah. What happened with Live 13 and all the other ones?
Yo, I don't know why I went and typed in NBA Elite 13 on Amazon. I think I was gonna find something. I don't know why.
Yo, speaking of a bad game, yo, Live 13 was so bad, bro.
Wait a minute, Live 13.
No, dead serious. Y'all ain't never seen the footage of Live 13?
I remember seeing the footage like that. That was YouTube. Another game that Hard 8 roasted.
Oh yeah, that game was fucking awful. It didn't come out.
It didn't come out. It was supposed to be a download. It was supposed to be a downloadable only game. It was supposed to be a downloadable only game. That game was bad.
I remember the Heat and Thunder footage. That shit was garbage.
Yeah.
Ugh. God.
Yeah. Live 13.
I mean, that was 3 straight years it didn't come out. Right?
11, 12, and 13.
11, 12, and 13?
Yep, 2012. That would have.
Man. That's 3
back,
years of console generation.
And then they came back with Live 14, and we tried our best to hold the fort, but.
Man, yo, you know the worst part was about this, for y'all that don't know, right? So, VF, okay, DJ always came at me and VF for playing Live 14, and Kid would too. Kid would be like, yo, why y'all playing that trash, right?
Shout out to Kid.
Shout out to Kid. There was a point in time where VF would come at me for playing Live 14, like, I ain't even playing that shit no more, whack-ass game. And I'm like, VF, I'm telling you, bro, it's really not that bad anymore. So he went and downloaded the patch. He started playing it. He's like, oh, you know, it actually ain't that bad. But we were only people really playing it. We're like, yo, we see the potential. We know what they're trying to do. They just can't, you know, it doesn't reflect on.
But wait a minute, wasn't I the only one who live streamed it though?
You probably the only one live streaming. I wasn't live streaming back then.
I wasn't live streaming that trash. Yeah. Fuck that. I wasn't doing it.
Wow. I live streamed it. So
I mean, I played it. Don't get me wrong. I played it, but I was
playing it. I think I played against the Houston Rockets in that game, in that live stream. It's still on the channel, by the way. Y'all want to go check it out.
Now, Live 15 was good. I don't care what nobody
thinks. Here's the thing with Live 14. These motherfuckers showed us these CGI trailers for the longest time. Didn't show us no gameplay. And then the day before the game was supposed to come out, they put that ashy-ass trailer out. That trailer was abysmal.
When I saw that Patrick Swayze looking Steve Nash, I was done.
Them motherfuckers went to E3 and they brought a dribbling exhibition, basically.
Hey, but
dribbling the ball, right? And the dribble was dope.
We thought it was dope, right?
No, the dribble was dope. The dribbling is still dope in that game. Dribbling is amazing. But like I said, everybody thought we were getting a different game, and then they put that trailer out. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? That shit like a PS2 game. Graphically?
No, I'll say PS3. I ain't gonna say PS2 because
I'll say PS2
because live on PS2 is rough, bro.
That shit like NBA Live 03.
Oh man,
but nah, I mean, yeah. Then 15 came out and 15 was good. VF still swears by it to this day.
15 is my favorite live this generation.
16 came out. Me and VF had fun for about 2 weeks playing online.
That was it. The NBA part of that game was horrible.
The NBA part of that game, yo, they got layups that never go off the backboard. Literally, you can't shoot a layup. It was almost like NBA Live 09. That's what I compared it to.
Right. And somebody we won't name, but Smitty actually thought that was actually culpable. Like all layups supposed to not go off the backboard.
Yo, he really tried to argue with us. See, this is why we should have recorded these shits back then. Smitty tried to argue that it was okay because not every layup goes off the backboard. I was like, but Smitty, there's not one that goes off the backboard. Literally none of them. Me and VM had to break it down like, bro.
Like, when you learn basketball.
When you learn basketball,
that is basketball 101.
Right?
Yeah,
that's literally basketball 101. It's dribbling, passing, and when you get the shooting, the best way to make a shot is aim for that square, and it'll go in damn near every time. Yeah. It's fundamental basketball. So for them not to have that in the game, that's a problem.
So 16 was a fucking atrocity. Oh, and then 17 didn't come out, right?
Nope.
18
was actually okay.
Who was 18? Who was on the cover?
That was
who?
James Harden was on the cover.
Yeah, it was James Harden.
18 was okay.
That wasn't a bad game.
That one was delayed, right? Even after they didn't put out 17, that one was delayed.
I can't remember if it was delayed, but it wasn't that bad.
18 was delayed. 18 was delayed until Christmas time or around there, right?
No, let me look that up. I don't think it was delayed that far back.
I'm pretty sure 18 was. I'll look it up. NBA.
Let me look up. No, it was released on September 15, 2017.
I don't know why I thought it was delayed. Was 19 delayed?
Oh, this said this became the highest rated game since Live 10. Who lied?
Wow.
Oh, and I got Live 10 coming in the mail from Amazon. That's funny.
Live 10 was the truth though. That game was great.
That was the last. That's the
last good one.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I like 15, but 10 was actually the last good one.
And for all the people who want to talk about companies stealing shit, yes, 2K did steal that little setup with the basketball practice because Live had that first.
Yeah, Live had it first. And on top of that, in the middle of the season, you can go in and have those type of practices like they're doing 2K right now.
Yeah, so I mean, 2K did take it, but 2K pretty much made it better in a way. They just didn't really. Well, the only thing with 2K was that's more so only for my career where you have that whole setup going station to station. If they ever put that in my league, that's gonna be wild.
Right.
Then it's not just gonna be training a guy like setting up a certain amount of training points, on the screen. Like you're actually gonna be able to go and do shooting drills with guys and do defensive drills with guys. So that would be dope. But yeah, Live 10 was good. I think what would y'all say would be the best Live 10?
As of all of them?
Yeah, Live 10?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, I would say 10.
Live 08 was pretty underrated, man. I don't say it wasn't better than 10, but Live 08 was pretty good, bro.
Yeah, 08 was good. I still think I think 10 was slightly better.
Because Live 08 is when they started adding kind of like signature jump shots.
Yeah, that signature moves and
dribbling. I mean, shit. Live 07 is one of the worst basketball video games ever made.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I mean, you talk about NBA 2K9. I think Live 07 was way worse than 2K9.
Mm-hmm.
Live 06 was fucking awful too.
Yes, all the lives that all the EA games that came over to the Xbox 360 during that time.
All that Madden.
It was Madden 06 was bad. All that stuff was just terrible. So they just
awful.
Just what it was. It's just what it was.
What's going on, Optimus Goob?
Hey, what's going on, Goob?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, but so now we're up to Live 20 and
we don't have Live 20 and we're waiting for 21. And I saw some fake screenshots or screen cap about that, motion cap of that, but they said that they don't think it's official 21 footage. So
yeah, Prime was the one that tweeted that he thought it was live, and then he came back later and was like, "Oh no, it's mobile." I was like,
"There you go." The right one did that.
I mean, I just like the bigger question is, do we care if it comes out?
I don't.
I mean, I'll give the demo a spin, but past that, I mean, they already dropped the ball initially when they had that fire ass demo, and then they put the game out and the shit was chips. They completely.
I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't think I really care.
That Live 9 demo was hitting, and then they put the game out, and it was a fucking atrocity.
No.
Live 18 was okay. It wasn't that bad.
18 and 19 was okay. That was okay for both of them.
Live was close, man. Live was.
The problem with Live had to restart in the middle of the generation because they had something good with 15, and when O'Gallagher left and went to start working on NBA 2K, that's when the bottom fell out. And you saw what happened with 16. They really had to start all over again.
But I just don't get. I don't get how their franchise mode is to the point where it's even worse than Madden's.
Yeah, it's very bare bones.
I mean, God, there was a point where the franchise mode was better than Madden's, and then it's like they just kind of stopped putting things that actually need. Like, if you think about Madden's franchise, as bare bones as it is, at least they have the bare essentials, right?
Yeah,
Live didn't even have the bare essentials. You couldn't edit players. You couldn't change numbers. You couldn't do basics.
And there was no trade logic. You could trade for anybody for anything.
Right. Like, oh, you want LeBron for a second round pick?
They will. They're serious. They will grant that trade.
It's crazy.
There was no denying them. No trades in that game.
And we said like after Live 19 came out, like around the time that there was talk about Live 20, we're like, yo, if you put out a franchise, if you put out Live 19 basically with a revamped franchise mode, I'll take it. If that's going to be your last offering before next gen, I'll take it. But the fact that they have had horrible community interaction, right? I mean, they lied to you about bounce passes for fucking. They either ignored you or just lied to you.
I don't even want to talk about that. I'm mad about that because there's no reason why they wait to Live 18 to finally put that back in the fucking game.
Franchise mode. They claimed that there were going to be changes with that.
Right, and they literally took manual bounce pass out for 3 years.
Yeah.
4 years, actually. 15, 16, 17. No, 3 years. I'll take that back. Still pissed off about it.
And then, I mean, God, and then think about the fucking play setup that DJ fucking tore apart.
That wasn't bad until they went to the wheel.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was...
To the point where it wouldn't even end up, the ball wouldn't even end up in the hands of the guy who you called to play for.
Yeah, that problem, and the fact that your dribbling controls were still engaged while you were using the right analog, and it's just like that was just a failure of programming right there.
Like Live 14, Live 19. This is what I praise Live 19 for. I said, look, they got the jump shots down pat. They got the momentum pull-ups and all that stuff. They got that down pat. They have enough animations for layups and all that stuff around the rim. All that's fine. The
ball to rim physics was really good too.
Ball to rim physics was really good. On ball defense was really, really good.
Good. Too many people playing good defense in that game at some point.
That's true. I mean, yeah, like as far as the mechanics, it was damn good. But yeah, too easy. Right. I mean, God, you made the computer pick the ball up every time they tried to come down.
Right.
Which I tweeted them about for the longest fucking time and never patched it. I'm like, yo, if I could just press the computer in the backcourt with my worst point guard, why am I playing this game?
Yeah, pretty much.
But I'm saying like the movement, I always praise Live's movement because their player movement 19 and 18 was very, very good. Like the defensive stance and the way they slide their feet and the way they can easily get out of position and not get back in position. The way 2K, you kind of just can snap back. Like that's the thing about 2K that still annoys me is like on defense, it doesn't feel like a guy ever gets fully out of position because they slide. Their defensive slide is so quick they can just get back in position. There's no momentum. But Live had it, and they just. I mean, they went radio silent for Live 20, and then they came out after the game was supposed to be released, like, "Oh, hey guys, yeah, you're not getting a game this year." It's like, what?
Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll see with the PS5. We'll see what happens, or the Xbox One series. We'll see if they get another game. It would be nice to see one, but honestly, I don't care if it don't come out. I'll be like, all right, whatever. No Live.
They're doing just enough to.
Yeah, they're doing just enough to be okay.
Yeah, it's like they're doing just enough for me to not care if Live comes out. It's like,
right.
You know, that's just.
Anything else you got, DJ?
Well, I know there was that one thing, but it's kind of like a retread from the last podcast we did, and that's the whole thing in Modern Warfare 2 about no Russian
thing,
and the people just continue. They're continuing to try to skirt around what you need to do in that mission.
Well, you know why people are doing that now, because you got a bunch of cupcakes now. You got a bunch of soft people. You know, I mean, back then, you got to think about it. That was 10 years ago. A lot of these guys who probably didn't play the first one, you know, I mean, they were probably babies. Now they're like playing it now. They don't understand that aspect of the game.
Well, the funny thing is that a lot of these people I'm seeing were the same people that were around when it first came out. So
they became soft.
Yeah. That's my main issue. A lot of these people they said there's definitely a big difference between the original Modern Warfare 2 No Russian mission and this one. There's actually less civilians. that you could potentially mow down.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody was looking at it. They was like, yo, there's actually less people.
So they probably throw the game. So the developers themselves probably try to tone it down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But see, here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where I have an issue. If the developers feel the need to tone it down, then it clearly was an issue.
Oh, it was an issue when it came out in 09.
Yeah, it was an issue initially.
But I'm saying it wasn't an issue that people were like making it out
like
it was an actual issue. Like,
but the thing was, what's the biggest complaint about gamers today? We're not immersed enough in these games. Well, here's a mission right here that puts you in the role of a guy who's playing undercover, and he's tasked with, along with 3 other people, to carry out a terroristic act.
Right.
In a video game. You're not doing this in real life. I know some people feel some way because I'm not saying that everyone has a problem with being able to separate the two, but it's like, look, if you don't want to go through the mission, you have it. I don't know if this one has that option to skip it, but I know when they did,
it does.
The middle one did, you could skip the mission. But it's just like.
But my thing is, if I'm the developers, if I see no issue with it, then don't fucking tone it down. Don't make it less passengers.
But the thing,
don't make it less people.
But the developers by themselves probably didn't see an issue with it. It was more the public making an issue of it.
But what good is it
responding to that? That's why.
What good is it
to skip the mission versus and also some design changes?
But what good is it to make it less people? You just might as well keep it the same.
Well, here's the thing. Even with less people will still find themselves, I'm just going to coast the mission because the AI is going to shoot everybody anyway.
No, but I'm saying, like, logistically, what is making it less people? Like, what does that do? It's still a lot of people you're mowing down.
I guess they're trying to diminish the shock,
the impact of
it. That's what I'm saying. You might as well just keep it as more people. I mean, fuck. What's the point in toning it down? People are still gonna.
But the thing is,
some type of way about it.
It's not. I don't believe it's an issue that they see with that mission. It responding.
So then they should.
No, but here's the thing: you can sit there and say that they shouldn't, but they're also They're in response mode at this point. It's just like, okay, well, when we did it, we had a goal in mind. It worked, but it also produced this feedback that in today's time, it's not gonna work.
But
so
is anybody? Here's my thing though. Is anybody gonna say, "Oh well, I only have to shoot 15 as opposed to 35"? Nobody's gonna buy the game or not buy the game based on that. They might as well just stay pat. There's nothing to respond to. If you don't like the mission, don't play it.
I look at it like this: they should keep it stand pat, or if not, they should give you the option of to skip it or not.
Bingo. I mean, don't pussyfoot about it. Don't go and say, "Oh, we'll just make it less." No, that doesn't do anything.
See what they do is like they'll ask you. There's some graphic scenes in this game. Do you want to continue to go through those?
They did it in Black Ops.
And then what they did was, if you say yes, then they ask you again. Are you sure you want to do this? So they ask you twice. So if you go through it twice, answer the question twice, and then do it again, you have no reason to be offended.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have no problem you shouldn't have a problem with it because they ask you twice prior to you even starting the game. But I agree with you, Bill. They shouldn't tone it down. I agree.
Yeah, it's like if you're giving people that option, do you want to do it? Then don't tone it down, because if they accepted that twice, then they go into it and they deal with what they get. I don't get what you're toning it down for. Keep it according to what it was that people loved or hated back then.
It's like you push Mike Tyson twice and then you get mad because he punched the shit out you.
Now here's another way. Here's another way you can look at it. Since it was a remaster, graphically, could they probably couldn't have as many people as they did when they originally came out? Because I'm like, there were a ton of people that matter of fact, there's a video up of the original Modern Warfare, and the dude did exactly what I was hoping he would do. He got right up in front and started shooting people right away, even used a grenade launcher at certain moments. So it was just like one of those things where you seen just a rack of bodies just on the ground after being shot up. And then it's just like, you look at this one, it's like, yeah, There are less people running, but the graphics are touched up. I don't know if it compromised, if the number of people possibly were compromised by the graphical upgrade, but that could be a possibility.
Yeah, but
it could be. I'm not leaning as that being like it at the most 80% the reason, but
I mean, mechanically, that could be a possibility having less people because it's a remaster. I mean, because when you're remastering a game and not remaking it, when you're doing a remaster, you still are bound by the limitations of the game.
Because here's my thing.
Yeah, I think when you're remastering a game, you have to understand you're using the same assets. You're just remastering. You're basically.
But that's more coding now. That's more coding now.
That's what I'm saying. The code in the game is probably not up to par on newer consoles. It's like basically you putting a PS3 game on a PS4 game. But instead of a remake, you're remaking the game. Yeah, you'll be able to put all those players and all those individuals in the airport.
What I'll say is, if they were gonna remove a part of it or lessen it, I would say the part that probably affected people worse were the people who were the passengers that were crawling, begging for their lives.
If you want to tone it down, okay.
That probably, if you take that part out and you're just shooting people, mowing them down, okay, boom, move on. Then maybe people wouldn't have much of the issue now and say, okay, at least I can see the part that they took out was that part. That makes sense. Don't lessen the amount of people that you mow down because that wasn't even really,
Because the people who are crawling that's a little bit overdoing it. I can understand.
It would because it's like, it's great storytelling. If you're gonna stick to that, then stick to it. But if you're gonna tone down something, then that would be the part, not the number of people you're. Because I can easily distract myself and say, oh, yeah, well, I'm just shooting people. But then once you get to the people who are crawling, and you're like, oh, fuck, like, I'm shooting people that don't have guns.
Well, like I pointed out on Twitter, I was just like, they needed to have a suspicion meter on that stage. I'm sorry. It's just like, look, you're not just.
I wouldn't have an issue with that.
Because I'm like, I played Double Agent where I had to shoot my handler, who was the mainstay of the game, and that wound up being like canon for the rest of the series. But it was just like that had a suspicion meter. If he did stuff that was for the JSA, that meter would go down. It would go up for NSA because you're working against NSA. But these were decisions while you were undercover that you had to make. You had to toe the line between being a good guy and a bad guy. And clearly, that situation, it was a good guy undercover. But I'm like, overall, they knew he was undercover, so that's why they, shot him at the end. Right. So, but you gotta carry out your job as being undercover, trying to, fulfill that role. But players want immersion, and then
they want it until it's too much, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would say that a lot of stories these days, a lot of story-based games don't immerse people as much, tug on the heartstrings as much. There's certain lengths they won't go. But yeah, I mean, I just would have stayed. I would have stayed put if I was
Yeah. Anything else about?
What is he talking about?
He must be talking about some mission on the game, Conviction. I can't remember. When you say Conviction, the first thing I think of is Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell, that's the first thing I think of. Anything else y'all got?
Hey man, he's got the wrong game.
Sam was not giving a fuck about anyone's life.
But that didn't have a suspicion meter.
He got to be talking about. Splinter Cell.
Yeah, I mentioned Double Agent. Conviction is obviously a different game.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where's Pooh coming from with this?
He's on drugs. Anything else y'all got?
So why would you mention the follow-up? Like, what's the point?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the best games know how to tug on people's heartstrings. They know what buttons to press, and the same goes for movies. Those stories that tug on the heartstrings are always the best ones. I think if you're in this era not offending somebody, I don't think you're doing your job. If you're a comedian or you're a person that tells stories through gaming or movies, I think if you're not somebody who offends a bunch of people, you're not doing your job, because in this era, somebody's going to be a bit offended by something.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about it. Look at The Last of Us, and then when they found out he played Left Behind, you found out Ellie was gay. And then, you know, you see
now
some people were affected by that. That was kind of funny how they were affected.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Them going back and doing the revisionist history and making some of these cartoon characters gay is pissing me off. Because that shit's unneeded as fuck. I'm sorry. There ain't no need to retrack and make.
You want to talk about stuff being redone? The last 3 Star Wars.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Disney. Fuck you guys.
I agree, man. They need to stop that. That's the part of SJW crap, man. All of a sudden, Mickey and Bart Simpson gay, man. Where they do that at?
I'm saying it's like after all these years, all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm coming out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And we can't get Family Guy. We can't get Family Guy on Disney Plus. So like, what's going on?
Oh yeah,
we can't get Family Guy, American Dad. We can't get good stuff.
Yeah, Miss Lady Love. I mean Lady Love.
Wow.
Ellie was gay.
They showed it in the first scene of the demo at E3 last year, right?
The last 3 Star Wars are not Star Wars. Just let everybody know.
You found out Ellie was gay and Left Behind in the DLC of the first one.
Oh, I didn't play that.
Yeah, I played it. I beat that DLC.
Because when I was looking at the demo, I was like, wait a minute, she's gay? And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why that's relevant, but okay.
If you played the first one, you already knew it, so that's why nobody really was like tripping. Like, but you found that out on Left Behind.
I just didn't get why. I'm like, I don't get why sexuality always has to, like, her sexuality has no fucking relevance to that
story. Yeah,
it's like, why? I don't get, like, it has no relevance. I hate when they
not in the story at all.
They try to force it as that was a motivating factor, but it was just like, well,
it's not. It had nothing to do with it.
Like when you played The Last of Us, that didn't matter. Her motivation was obviously
that's like
out in The Last of Us. It didn't have to be left behind for that.
That's like the other dude in the game. The guy when they got DJ. Remember when they got the car? And they had to get the battery for the car. He was gay. I forgot his name. Yeah, the guy who they remember when they went.
When did they reveal that? Because I never knew that.
If you played the game, you'll see some of his love letters that's on the on his desk, and you read them. You talk about some guy that he was with.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like Pooh said. I don't think that was needed to find out she was gay, considering the circumstance. Like, It's like a zombie apocalypse has nothing to do with being like what the fuck?
Name? Because I know you had to get to him to get the car so you can drive across the country. The guy who you get the car from,
I forget the dude's name.
Yeah, but he's gay as well. And then we didn't know that.
It just makes no.
You had to read his diary in the game.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they insert that shit. And it's like it has no bearing.
If you create a character with that backstory, that's fine. Because I'm all about representation. But then at the same time, like characters already established, and you throw that in there just to satisfy.
That's what I'm saying. Years later, you come back and you're like, oh, by the way.
Right,
such and such that you knew is such and such is now such and such that's gay. It's like, why?
Because they went back as far as try to say Billy D. Williams' character Lando Calrissian.
Oh no,
it was a certain type of. It wasn't like gay, but it was more like he was because he was attracted to anything. But it's like what?
But it's like, okay, think about like from Eddie Murphy's perspective. He had no significant other in Beverly Hills Cop. That's like saying, going back and saying, oh, well, by the way, in Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy was gay. Why? Why is that a thing? I don't get, like, that's what they're doing now. Going back.
It's a lazy form of adding representation to. So.
It's so fucking annoying.
Like my whole thing is create an original character, original backstory. You can include whatever you want at this point.
Right. If they happen to be gay,
established characters.
Right. If they happen to be gay or lesbian, I have no issue with it. But when they're established as one thing and people always have known them for that, and you go back years later and tack that on, that's what they're known as now. And it's stupid.
Trying to change it. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's the one thing that annoys me.
Like I sort of feel a certain way when they change the race of certain characters between movies. But if they make it like, you know, what happened with Captain America, where there's going to be a black Captain America, then that's fine. I'm like, if everyone has seen Endgame, you know what happens, the transition. So,
right. I mean, yeah, it's all about how you insert it. If you make that a point in the beginning, and then we know that character as that, and they have other things that stick out that make us identify with them, that's one thing. But to establish them and then come back later and say, oh, by the way, Ezio is gay. Why is Ezio gay now? Why like we know Ezio as a motherfucker who's taking dudes out in every crazy ass era. Right. Now he's, oh well, you played Assassin's Creed, you were playing with a gay guy. Why? Like I don't get it. It's like that's the shit they're doing. It is stupid. It's like it makes no sense. So that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just they need to stop doing stuff like that. Doug Thomas is way left with the bullshit. Not even going to comment.
They should. Okay, you know what? You know what? If you saw the Shaft with Samuel Jackson, you know exactly why that shit wouldn't work. You know exactly why it didn't work. Because the motherfucker that killed his boy was white, and he was a racist in that movie. So there you go.
All right. My son is still up playing around. He is having a ball right here.
White else? Samuel L. That's funny.
Anything else y'all got?
What? I'm not touching that last comment.
I know what she would. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We need to get out of here. She's probably been sipping. I remember that one fucking stream we went into.
Look at Pooh's response though.
Context is gone.
No, before that.
Yeah, I saw
White
it.
Samuel L.
No,
look at the. It was like a character or whatever.
Wait, blood. Wait, I don't see it. Where is it?
You don't see. He put an arrow to what Miss Cute Ladybug said.
Oh, he said context is gone.
No, but there's an arrow above it.
There's an arrow.
Yeah, because he was addressing it, saying context is gone.
No, he's addressing the white shaft, bro. What are you talking about?
I understand what Bill's is saying.
And he's saying context is gone. He was like responding directly to what she said.
I get what he's saying. It's still funny, but yeah,
it is hilarious. But he wasn't
context when it comes to Pooh. He got too much questions.
Oh, here we go.
Man, leave that man in his rubber.
Damn, he told PF shut up. Oh.
And he put it in all lowercase. See, it's no in between with him. It's not every.
I mean, he really means it.
Yo, that was under his breath. He being a beta at that moment.
That motherfucker mumbled on a keyboard. Oh,
he was like,
leave Pooh alone, man. He's about to leave the Discord and shit.
Said, Pooh, you don't have to whisper.
Pooh about to go on Madden and put the shit on Rookie and kill somebody with the evil. Take his frustrations out. Oh boy,
man, we're gonna slide, man. What else I got?
Now it's yelling. We good? I don't got anything else.
Pooh would be the type that play no Russian and stay at the beginning of the level.
No one in Call of Duty until you make it to that point. These motherfuckers ain't gonna move. They ain't gonna go nowhere.
But you know what's funny? Actually, what happens if you don't go anywhere? They come back and kill you.
Did he say Falcons? Why are you coming? Okay, whatever. We're good here.
Wow.
iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. You know where to find us. Thanks everybody for the support once again. Another good episode. Good topics. We got some good ad lib topics. A lot of laughs. People in the feelings right now. But it's all good. It's all good.
What are the Eagles getting new uniforms?
Another year for Daniel Quinn. Who in the fuck is
Dan Quinn?
Called him Daniel. Like that's supposed to add some extra insult.
When he started bringing the football teams in.
I mean, you could have your broke back ass quarterback.
Let's not talk about Daniel Carson Wentz.
Daniel Carson Wentz. Oh man.
The Carson Wentz order.
All right, let me go ahead and get my baby in the bed because he's really active right now. He's sleepy. Tuesday, right? No, today is Tuesday.
Thursday.
More stuff coming in down the pike as far as topics, I guess. Hopefully hear some good news about this goddamn virus. I'm tired of hearing about this shit.
Nah, we won't have any good news about Thursday already. I'm already saying, hey, there's going to be a second wave, so be prepared.
They're talking about this week's supposed to be crazy. I'm like, all right, what's the craziness?
In other words, stay your ass home.
You know, you got people when I post something on Twitter that responds #stay your ass at home. I'm like, whatever. The dude Tick, gaming fanatic.
Oh, that dude, he used to be.
You know, he can stand underneath a table.
Wow! Wow! He's that short?
Yeah, he's that short.
Damn, we got Danny DeVito doing breakdowns.
Oh man,
shit!
Yeah, and he's a Cowboys fan, so
come on, they're always coming up short in the playoffs. That's why that motherfucker's their mascot. He represents their. Let me stop, man. I don't got no smoke with him,
man. I'm like, me and him, we go back and forth sometimes. So you know, I remember 2012. I got on him when one-legged RG3 beat the Cowboys.
Man,
so all right. We're gonna see y'all Thursday, man. I'm gonna put my son to bed, and
he lives in Baltimore. He likes the Dallas Cowboys. That's another L.
And we'll just catch y'all on Thursday. Come through again. Thanks for all the support. Appreciate it.
That means you miss Q. Your name.
Yeah, don't be a stranger, Miss Ladybug. Be a stranger. Good to see you again, and everybody else as well. Thank you guys for coming through.
All right, thank everybody for coming out.
Man, you know Jay Thomas at? We ain't seen Jay Thomas.
Jay Thomas?
Yeah.
Who's Jay Thomas?
Jameis Thomas. He always in the chat. It's one of
Doug Thomas?
No, not Doug. Jay.
I've never noticed Jay Thomas.
Sorry.
There was another Thomas, but not.
I thought it was Chris Thomas.
Yeah, I thought it was Chris.
Yeah, he's Jameis. He's Jay Thomas on Twitter. That's right. That's what it is.
Yeah. That much of a Jameis Winston fan?
His name is Jameis on Twitter. I don't know what to say.
Peace out. We're gone.
We out here.
Don't know where the fuck he is right now.
See, even Doug Thomas is like Chris. You mean?
Yeah, right. But his name is Jay on Twitter. I know it is. I know I ain't tripping on that.
Okay. Well,
all right. I'm out, man. Fuck this. All right, peace, everybody. Peace.
All right.